I see I have to pay attention to buzzwords now. I've been crossing out about half of the words of my speech. So, Monsieur le Premier Ministre, dear Excellencies, dear Director of the SnT, dear Björn, dear partners, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jens Kreisel. I'm indeed, since the 1st of January, the new Rector of the University of Luxembourg, and I have today the pleasure of welcoming you to what is, but don't tell it others, one of my favorite events in the year. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the SnT Partnership Day 2023. 2023 will be a very important year for the university. It is very special because we will celebrate the 20 years of our university, and I think there is much to be celebrated, and we hope to illustrate this through the year. 20 years after its birth, the university is an internationally attractive research university. We're employing today 300 professors, and we're having about 1,000 PhD students. This is indeed a powerhouse of the research in this country. 20 years after its birth, the university is also today one of the largest employers of this country, with about 2,400 people working for the university. But above all, the University of Luxembourg, as the only public university of the country, is naturally a strategic instrument of Luxembourg. It's a strategic instrument for the Grand Duchy. And I'm really convinced that SnT is an absolutely fantastic example to illustrate how the university can support society, economy, and as such, the country. So dear all, I'm convinced that a very large part of this success, of the success of SnT, is due to partnership. I'm strongly convinced that all the big questions, be they health, be they climate, be they democracy or the digital transition, cannot be done alone. They cannot be done alone by a researcher, they cannot be done alone by an industry, they cannot be done alone by a university, and they cannot be done alone by a country, and likely even not by larger regions of the world. This is particularly true when it comes to the digital transition. Whether cybersecurity or computer vision, fintech or satellite communications, artificial intelligence or autonomous driving. All these are very, very complex topics, and they ask for cooperation, they ask for partnership, and they ask for true interdisciplinary exchange. I really want our university to be a strong partner in this, in connecting people, in connecting disciplines, in connecting scientists, in connecting industries, and in connecting our university to the society. And as a very concrete measure, I've been creating a new vice-rectorship at the University of Luxembourg, which is entitled Vice-Rector for Partnership and International Relations, because I think the university has to take an even stronger step towards partnerships and especially also towards strategic international partnerships. Partnership means also partnership to the society, and it means attracting talents from around the world. And this is exactly what the university is doing. I will not go into number crunching, even though, as you've heard, I'm a physicist and it's quite natural to me to go into number crunching. I would like to give you one example. Just think in your head about what do you think how many PhD students are at the university. If you have listened carefully, I've said there are 1,000. But think in your head again of how many of these international PhD students are staying in Luxembourg. The answer to this is 55% for the first employment and 45% for the second employment. This is true talent attraction to this country. This is true talent attraction of outstanding experts. This is retaining experts who have been collaborating with partners in this country, be they with industry or be they with the government. About 15 to 20% of our doctoral students are collaborating with industry and with partnership. So we have for you, you have at your door, the door of this country, at the door of your industries, at the door of your governments, you've got a talent factory. This is what we want to do for the country. So at the university, it is fair to say that SnT was the pioneer of this partnership principle. The success can be seen here today. It's a pleasure to see so many partners here today, and I congratulate the founding director of SnT, Björn Ottersten, for this strategic positioning. It has been a strategic positioning. It has not been an accident that this happens. It has been a very clear strategic positioning, and I thank also our partners for trust and the quality of our collaborations. I believe this is not the only clever positioning of SnT. There is a second one, which I would like to discuss. This is focusing on enabling technologies. Enabling technologies are not limited to one sector. If you take, for instance, artificial intelligence, or software engineering, or robotics, they are enabling technologies in the sense that they can use in many different sectors. An artificial intelligence algorithm can be the very same in a car, on a satellite, perhaps even in a golf club or in many other applications. And the algorithm doesn't know that it is sitting in a car or in a satellite. But this gives an enormous mobility to the activities of SnT, of being mobile to go onto new sectors and to be very quickly active. And I believe this is an absolutely fantastic choice of SnT, and even beyond this, I believe it's an absolutely fantastic choice for Luxembourg. It's a fantastic choice for a small country to be mobile. We cannot focus only on one sector in this country. So to finish, I would like to conclude on a very personal note. After 3 mandates, this is Björn Ottersten's last partnership day as a founding director of SnT, even though Björn will still stay for 6 months the director of SnT, but it's the last partnership day. And I just wouldn't like to miss to say in front of all of you, of the partners, of the members of SnT, the government representatives, that Björn, you have been a stroke of luck for our university, for the research colleagues inside SnT, for the young colleagues inside SnT, for our industrial partners, and, if I may dare saying, even for Luxembourg. In 15 years of mandate, Björn, you have been building up a critical mass of experts in the field of IT, which are missing in this country, which are critical to Luxembourg. You have been able to cherish, at the very same time, scientific excellence and applied research. And I think it is fair to say that not many not only cherish it, but really combine it. You have managed to build up a trustful relationship with partners. I've just discussed with one of our partners, with SES. It's a partnership for 13 years. Partnership is trust. Long partnerships is very deep trust. And you have managed to make SnT a talent factory in IT for the country. But as a scientist, I must underline something else. You have managed, despite being a director of an institute, which is today about 400 people, of remaining one of the very best researchers of this country. And being myself in management for some time, I know what that means. You have the utmost respect for me for this achievement. So another question is strategy. Would we have imagined this 15 years ago? Was this an accident? So since I'm a very data-driven person, I went back to the original document that Björn Ottersten has been submitting to the Board of Governors. One member is here, 15 years ago, and I've been puzzled. It happened exactly what he said. 90%, okay, you forgive me. Björn Ottersten is a man who says what he does, and he does what he says. And that is an enormous quality. So Björn, it has been, or it is still a privilege and a pleasure to work with you, to discuss with you, and as a scientist and as a rector of this university, I can only express my deepest respect for you. And I'm very pleased that you will continue to stay at the university as a professor and a colleague. And I would like just to say, Monsieur le Premier Ministre, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you an inspiring partnership day, and I would like to ask you to join me in applauding Björn Ottersten for a fantastic career.